And the ultimate goal of womanhood is just to get married, and once you get married, I wanted to be an astronaut. And in my mind, that was what I was going to be, because I felt, or I thought that, you know, I could be anything I wanted to be. That's the time that you used to watch Big Brother or watch, you know, other things that really don't add value to you.
Hello beauties, and welcome back to my space, the Girl to Mom channel. So growing up in Nigeria, there were certain things that I believed to be true. I kind of assumed that this is the way I should run my life. This is the standard I should follow as a woman, as a lady. And it wasn't like anybody told me that this is what you should do, but just by observing the culture and the norm around me, I kind of accepted the standard. These are the myths that shaped my mindset as a young African lady. So in this video, I decided that why don't we have a conversation on the myths that shaped our mindset as African women. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. I'll be right back in just a minute. I am super excited about today's video because today's video is a collaboration with a dear friend, a beautiful sister, an amazing personality who is also passionate about the growth and the mindset of women. Ioma of Real Talk with Ioma. Please, Ioma, introduce yourself to my lovely family here.
Hi, wonderful people. My name is Ioma from Real Talk with Ioma, and on my channel, I basically talk about everything that relates to personal growth and leveling up. So I'm so glad to be on this side of the channel with you, Ami, because usually I'm in the comment section with you guys, which I would be by the time you're viewing this video, definitely. But it's a delight to be here today.
Thank you. So I have some questions here that she's going to be answering based on her own experiences. She's going to share her own opinion as it relates to her own experiences as a young woman. And of course, the second part of this video is going to be on our channel, where I'm going to be answering our own questions on this conversation, on this topic. So if you're interested in hearing my own conversation, in hearing my own opinion on this conversation, please go ahead to her channel, watch, learn something, leave your comments, you know, subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'm going to leave the link in the description box and also in the comment section. I'm going to pin the comment, so you guys should just go ahead, listen to my own conversation, listen to my own opinion, and then let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, so let's get the conversation rolling. All right, so Ioma, the first thing I want to know is, what are those myths that you grew up believing as a young African woman?
Well, as a Nigerian woman who was raised and who grew up and was raised in Nigeria, there were quite a number of ideologies that we grew up as women believing. So personally, I can vividly remember like two. Okay, so I'm just going to use an example to illustrate the first one. I remember at age 5, when I was asked what I wanted to be, I said I wanted to be an astronaut. And I remember at age 5 hearing the word astronaut, and it sounded so, you know, so extravagant, so complex, you know, something so cool, and I wanted to be related with it, especially when I now knew that an astronaut literally went out of the world, out of Earth. It just made it so much more cooler, and that was all I wanted to be. Anybody that asked me at age 5 back in the 90s, I wanted to be an astronaut, and in my mind, that was what I was going to be, because I felt, or I thought that, you know, I could be anything I wanted to be. I didn't even understand the concept of being a woman or being a man. I mean, we're all equal, right? But of course, growing up, I had to now realize that I couldn't be that astronaut. Why? two things. Number one, I thought Africa, number one, I hadn't heard anybody that was an astronaut in Africa. There was really nobody to look up to. And getting to understand what it entails to be an astronaut, it started to look more complex. It started to look like something that was unachievable. And most especially because I was a woman. Hello, I had to get married. I had to have a family and take care of the family. So how will I be going out of space when I have a family? And that was when that whole dream of being an astronaut just crashed. And so that goes to just say that there was this belief that as a woman, there was a limit to which you could walk. Like there were some fields that you just could not go into. Even then, I remember growing up, I mean, it's a lot different now and a lot better now, but I remember growing up, things like math, science, medicine, those fields were reserved exclusively for men. So when you hear someone is a doctor, your mind immediately goes to the fact that it has to be a man. And it's still prevalent even in our African society. As a female doctor, you hear people calling you nurse, nurse, nurse. Even when they come to the hospital and you're actually giving them treatment, they're calling you nurse. So that kind of ideology, that as a woman, there are some certain fields, especially when it's very technical, that you couldn't venture into. So that was like the first myth I knew or I believed growing up. The second one I can remember vividly is that as a single lady, it doesn't matter the height you have attained in your career or whatever field. It doesn't matter the contributions you've made to the society. It doesn't matter the amount of money you have. It doesn't matter the amount of success you have. As far as you haven't gotten married, make sure you tone down that success so that suitors, you don't drive away prospective suitors. I'm serious. Like, I'm sure most of us can, most African women, we can relate to this. It's even still held on to now, where you see, like, I remember before I got married, like, I was like, oh, I was going to get a car. I wanted to buy my car. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And some very significant figures in my life were like, don't do it now. Don't do it now. Or even as a single woman, you know, you're not encouraged as such, you know, maybe to get properties, like buy houses and do all those kind of things, because you will now look so arrogant and suitors might not, you know, come for your hand in marriage. And you see, as a result, most women that are single, they prefer to like hide their wealth or hide their success just so that a prospective suitor will come for them. Those are two vivid myths I can think of right now, and that really stood out for me while growing up.
Wow, interesting. Wow. Okay. Okay, so how do you think these myths plays a role in shaping our mindset as African women? How do you think these myths have a way of affecting our mindset as African women?
Well, I would say that it definitely influenced our way of thinking as women. It definitely influenced the decisions we made, the goals we had, the dreams we even dreamt. This definitely influenced them. So you see that women are very comfortable being in their comfort zone. Like, women don't see that there should be any need for them to push boundaries, and as a result, it's seen as not feminine if you're ambitious as a woman. You know, even now, it's still subtly frowned upon if you're a woman and you're ambitious, you know, and you're go-getters, you want to just, you know, smash goals and all that. You'll be seen as masculine. You see that most women are just comfortable being mediocres because they are women.
That's right. That's right. You nailed it. You like there's nothing else to add. You have nailed it. So I'm curious. In your own opinion, what are those limiting mindsets you think we have as African women, as women generally? What are those limiting mindsets that you think we have adopted?
Well, I think still drawing from my earlier point, I would say that African women some of us, and like I would also reiterate, a lot of it has changed right now. You see more African women are doing great things out there, but basically on the average you see that African women they don't push boundaries. You know, there's this mindset of just be satisfied and the ultimate goal of womanhood is just to get married, and once you get married that's basically like the ultimate achievement. Drawing from what I've just said, I would say that there are three major mindsets that in my opinion these myths have created over time in an African woman. The first is lack of ambition. So because a woman has been stereotyped to a particular function, some African women actually they are comfortable just being where they are. There is no drive or there is no ambition to go out of their comfort zone. There is no push as such to do extraordinary things. The second limiting mindset that I have observed, or that I would say, is the fact that the top priority for a woman is to, should I say, get a man to like her. Basically is to just get married. Of course marriage is a beautiful thing. I don't know what I mean is basically that you shouldn't only strive to get married. I mean, your whole life shouldn't revolve around attracting a man and keeping a man and men. No, your whole life shouldn't be around that. There is so much that God has put into you as a woman, so much more than you are using, and you should dig in deep and find those potentials and utilize them. So that mindset that it's just all about marriage, I think it should be cancelled. So the third limiting mindset this has created is the feeling of entitlement. I mean, it's not news that some African women think that once maybe they're in a relationship of some sort, the guy in the relationship is always responsible for them, you know, no matter what. It's a different thing if it's marriage, but the ease at which women put so much dependence on the man, it's really alarming. Because I mean, why would you give another person so much power over you, especially financially, when you can actually use the power you have to get as much financial achievement or success that you want? It has even led some women to make drastic mistakes because they are pursuing money, because they just don't want to, they just feel that, oh, as a woman you shouldn't work or you shouldn't be responsible for yourself financially. And I think that that's a very limiting mindset, because what that does is that it doesn't allow us see the potentials that we have. It doesn't allow us utilize our creativity. It doesn't allow us utilize become ingenious and all that, and we miss out on so much that we could have achieved.
Wow. Wow, those are really limiting mindset. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so what are the things, how do you think we can change this limiting mindset? What are the things we can do to change these beliefs, these limiting mindsets that we have?
Oh, well, some ways that I can suggest that we can go around it is I would classify them into two. The first is to do a root cause analysis. So basically, any problem that you're trying to find a solution, you have to first of all find out the root cause of the problem, because you can't solve a problem without knowing what caused it. That would just be like masking the problem, whatever solution you try to bring. So in this situation, I would say that the first thing to do is to actually sit down and find out the cause, to analyze. So it might be maybe growing up, you know, you were told like a woman has a limitation, or it was the media, your parents, your friends, people around you, from whatever source. But this perspective, I think you should realize that this perspective is not yours. You were not born thinking this way. This is what the society has told you, has imbibed in you over time. And I think you should now understand that fact and separate yourself from that, especially realizing that this is not your perspective. These are actually not what defines you as a woman. You can do way much more than you are doing now. Having XX chromosome doesn't limit you in any way. If you even ask me, it empowers you much more. I would dare say that women are way stronger, especially mentally. Physically, definitely not, but mentally, women are way stronger. So I think we should draw from that strength that God has put in us naturally and go ahead and push boundaries and achieve do great things. Second step, I would target as exposure. Now that you have separated yourself from the perspective that society has told you over time, you need to begin to adopt the correct concept. I mean, if you're a Christian, the Bible, I would always recommend, is the best concept. Look at the Proverbs 31 woman. Like, she was an industrious woman. She was everywhere. She had her business. She had everything was just in place. Like, she was way much more than what society has dictated that a typical woman would be. And I would say to you, go out there, seek for information, read books to change your mindset, to open up your mind. I would proudly say that I am a product of reading books. Books helped me a whole lot, especially when it came to mindset shift and mindset change. I think that there's a video Yemi made sometime a few months ago, I'm not sure, but I think it's 5 books that changed her life. I'll recommend that you watch that video. I actually related to 2 of those books. One of them was Tim Laye's book, Why You Act the Way You Do, and I can't remember the other one, but those 2 books were very pivotal in my life. They transformed me totally. So I would say maybe you should start from there, get those books, read them, open your mind for change. So there are lots of information. We've been blessed to be living in an era where there's a plethora of information. The information is everywhere, so you can watch videos like this. Yemi is a very wonderful example of a video I'll recommend, and I'm not just saying this to patronize her or because I know her, but really, like, I think we need more women like this who are out there encouraging other women and cheering women on their pathway to excellence. There are lots of videos, lots of good videos out there, even on YouTube. Harness the time that you used to watch Big Brother or watch other things that really don't add value to you. You should use that time to look for materials, to source for materials that would add value to you as a woman, because the truth is, you have to start. Every change starts from your mind. So you need to start eliminating those wrong mindsets and changing them, exchanging them for the right ones. But basically, these are the 2 things I would say you should start from, because it's not, the solution to it is not really something that can just be said in one video. And once you start doing all this, you'll see that you begin to build up from there.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. Honestly, I agree with this point. I agree with exactly what you said. Okay, so it's not just about changing our mindset for positive ones. I believe that what is most important is for us to maintain that positive mindset. So what do you think we can do to maintain that, this new mindset, this growth mindset that you have talked about, especially for African women, for young women who are still living in Africa? What do you think we can do to maintain a success and growth mindset?
So there's just one answer to this question, I would say. One way I would say that we can maintain this positive mindset and new mindset that we have adopted is to practice. I don't know of any other way. Oh, of course, except definitely asking the Holy Spirit to help you, to direct you, and asking for God's grace as you do it, because I don't believe that we as humans can do any of these things by our own strength. It's all by the grace of God, but humanly speaking, it's practice. I really cannot, nothing beats it. Really. And what I mean by practice is when you listen, when you read this book, when you've gotten this information, like you're watching this video, you've listened to the tips that has mentioned in this video, or you're reading a book and all that, those tips that you're learning, you need to start practicing it. That's the only way. Like, you can read the whole books in this world, you can listen to the whole videos and podcasts, if you don't take that first step, if you don't start putting them into practice, you're just wasting your time. It doesn't matter the environment you find yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're living, or in a country where the leaders have made a caricature of it, whether you're living in a developing or a developed world. Practice, basically. There's something I tell myself, especially like when I was living in Nigeria, there was something I always told myself. I said, look, these people who were supposed to look out for us as citizens and make our country better, make it somewhere we really call home, they have failed us in that regard. And they have failed to provide an enabling environment, especially for us young people, young adults, and they have that power. I am not now going to completely give them the whole power as regards my life, maybe to give in and say, oh, because my country is not an enabling environment, my country is not conducive for growth or something, I just give in and then I'll go with the flow. Nobody has that power over me. Nobody has that power over you. It's only you. You're the only one. So it's really not about your environment. There are so many people that out of that environment, they have come out victorious, they have come out doing great things, doing wonderful things. And thank God for social media today. It's easy for you to put yourself out there when you're doing great things, and you don't know, somebody can find you. So don't even let your environment be a limiting factor for you to become the best version of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much for joining me, for coming to this channel, for this collaboration. I'm super excited and I really enjoyed this conversation. And of course, I wouldn't mind you coming to this channel for more collabs like this.
Thank you so much for having me, Yemi. I totally had fun doing this with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This was really good and it was enlightening. Thank you so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned one or two things. I personally learned something from this video, and I also want to know your opinion. I want to know what you have learned from today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of this mindset. Let me know your own opinion, because of course we are not islands, we do not know everything. Okay, we just want to hear your opinion on this topic and keep the conversation rolling. Please do check out Ioma's channel, Real Talk with Ioma. I'm going to leave the link in the description box and also in the comment section. If you are interested, you want to hear my own opinion on this conversation, go ahead to our channel, watch, learn, like I said, and subscribe. Leave your comments there as well. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with us. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for always coming back for more videos. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? If you're a woman, if you're a lady, if you're a yummy lady, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out an upload from me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. You are special and I love you guys.